January 6, 2025, we celebrate the unveiling in Iran, a day that highlights the values of freedom, dignity, and the vital role of women in our society. Under the leadership of Reza Shah, this significant reform aimed to empower women and redefine their role in shaping the nation. This occasion honors the rich heritage of Persian women who have historically played pivotal roles in culture, governance, and progress. As we commemorate this day, we pay tribute to their enduring strength, elegance, and contributions, which continue to inspire generations and define Iran's cultural legacy. "31 women executed in Iran in 2024. Highest number in 17 years, the Iran Human Rights Organization has reported that 2024 marked the highest number of women executed in Iran in over 17 years. According to the reports, 31 women were executed in Iranian prisons, a record unprecedented since the organization began documenting executions in 2008. The report released on Monday, January 6, also warns that an unspecified number of women remain on death row. Conditional release for Laleh Saati, a Christian convert imprisoned in Evin prison, has been denied. Since late July, she has repeatedly been transferred from the general ward to Ward 209, operated by the Ministry of Intelligence for interrogation. The case officer cited her lack of cooperation with the Ministry of Intelligence as grounds for rejecting her request for conditional release. Born in 1978, Laleh Saati was arrested by security forces upon returning to Iran and transferred to Evin Prison's Women's Ward in February 2024. During her detention, she has been subjected to multiple interrogations in Ward 209. In April 2024, Branch 26 of Tehran's Revolutionary Court, presided over by Judge Iman Afshari, sentenced her to 2 years in prison and imposed a travel ban. Despite her poor physical condition, Ms. Saati was also denied proper medical care in May. On July 17, 2024, Agrin Sadiqi, a pro-monarchy activist, was convicted on charges of online propaganda supporting and endorsing the Zionist regime and sentenced to 6 months in prison. The 3-year prison sentence of Kourosh Jalil, a monarchist political activist, has been upheld following a retrial in Branch 101 of the 2nd Criminal Court of Boyer Ahmad County. This sentence, issued on charges of insulting the founder of the Islamic Republic, illegal assembly, insulting Islamic sanctities, insulting the supreme leader, and propaganda against the Islamic Republic, has been suspended for 1 year. Previously, Kourosh Jalil had been fined by Branch 108 of the 2nd Criminal Court of Boyer Ahmad on similar charges. On May 24, 2024, he was arrested by security forces of the Islamic Republic in Yasuj and transferred from a detention center to the city prison after a few days. More than 20 days have passed since Ali Sharifzadeh Ardakani, the lawyer of Abbas Wahidian Shahrudi, a signatory of the Statement of 14, and a political prisoner, submitted a request for his client's medical furlough, yet the request remains unanswered. Mr. Wahidian's family has expressed concern over his health condition. According to Mr. Sharifzadeh, he had previously appealed to the Deputy Prosecutor's Office, requesting approval for medical leave and a postponement of sentence's execution. This was based on a forensic report recommending Mr. Wahidian's removal from polluted and stressful environments due to severe psoriasis and respiratory problems. The lawyer also noted that during his last visit with Mr. Wahidian in Mashhad prison, the symptoms of his illness were visibly evident. The Supreme Court of Iran has rejected the request for retrial in the case of Mashallah Karami, the father of the late Mohammad Mehdi Karami, who is currently imprisoned in Karaj Central Detention Center. Ali Sharifzadeh Ardakani, Karami's lawyer, shared this update stating, "Unfortunately, the Supreme Court has not accepted Mashallah Karami's retrial request. I will prepare a new retrial application with updated arguments and submit it to the Supreme Court once again." In a ruling issued on May 20th, 2024, the Karaj Revolutionary Court sentenced Mashallah Karami to 5 years of imprisonment for collusion and assembly to commit crimes against national security, and 1 year for propaganda against the regime. Additionally, in a separate case, in the summer of 2024, Mashallah Karami was sentenced by Branch 102 of the Nazar Abad Criminal Court to 8 years and 10 months of imprisonment, along with a fine of 1.9 billion tomans and the confiscation of his assets on charges of money laundering and acquiring illicit wealth. Vahide Imanzadeh, the wife of Yashar Tabrizi, a pro-monarchy political activist, announced the scheduled date for her husband's trial on January 11th and called for it to be held publicly. She wrote, "Honorable people of Iran, considering the judiciary's chief's clear statements about holding public trials, it's time to deliver on that promise." On Saturday, January 11th, 2025, the trial of Mr. Yashar Tabrizi, also known as Akbar Qolizadeh, will be held at the Tabriz Revolutionary Court as previously announced. Mrs. Imanzadeh emphasized, "With the support of all freedom-loving Iranians, we will pursue this demand to ensure that trials for political charges against the country's enlightened and free-minded children are held publicly with the presence of citizens and the media." She further added, "If the Islamic Republic is true to its promise, it should allow the political defendants' defenses to be seen, heard, and published without omissions." On Wednesday, January 8th, a group of spinal muscular atrophy patients and their families gathered in front of the Ministry of Health building of the Islamic Republic to stage a protest. They expressed their deep frustration and anger over the critical shortage of essential medications needed to manage their condition. The demonstrators called attention to the lack of access to life-saving treatments, a crisis that has left many SMA patients struggling to cope with their deteriorating health. They also criticized government mismanagement and negligence, which they say has exacerbated their suffering and undermined their right to adequate healthcare. This protest is one of many similar demonstrations by SMA patients in recent years, highlighting the ongoing failure of authorities to prioritize and address their urgent needs. On Wednesday, January 8th, a group of individuals defrauded by Azim Khodro gathered in front of the Golbandak courthouse in Tehran to protest the company's failure to fulfill its commitments. The buyers who paid in 2018 to 2019 for vehicles that were never delivered expressed their frustration at the lack of accountability. They stated, "We only paid to buy cars, but since then, neither have we received the vehicles nor has our money been returned." The protesters called on judicial authorities to take action against the company's fraudulent practices and ensure their demands are met. Tuesday, January 7th, a video circulated showing a group of Shahban and Harimban forces staging a protest in front of Tehran's city council. The demonstrators expressed frustration over the authorities' failure to address their demands, which include fair treatment and the resolution of ongoing workplace issues. Their gathering highlights growing discontent among municipal enforcement personnel who feel neglected and unheard by city officials. Tuesday, January 7th, victims of financial losses from Rezayat Khodro, Taravat Novin Company, held a protest, objecting to the judiciary's neglect of their demands and lack of accountability by officials of the Islamic Republic. On Monday, January 6, retired educators from the year 2023 held a protest outside the Ministry of Education in Tehran, demanding payment of 60% of their retirement bonuses, which have been delayed for 15 months. Monday, January 6th, a group of telecommunications retirees from Isfahan, Kermanshah, and Elam held a protest objecting to economic hardships and broken promises by officials of the Islamic Republic.